Start? Okay, please start. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm looking at the bottom of the agenda. Riverside needs 2 new toilets. Men don't shut off and women run constantly. Okay, where is...
So this year, so far, y'all did receive a donation from the community?
I got the check from Sioux Community. Yeah, that was the one that I had you deposit for me. That was $500.
And that was for the baseball, right?
Yeah, I don't know, what is it for baseball?
It didn't say, that's what we didn't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's, I don't know.
And I called and nobody else knew either.
Well, okay, when I went there, I talked to him about that, and before I left, I was going to ask him, did we receive a donation? So, well, in order for us to give a donation out, we got to get some form in. I don't know if anybody sent a form. And I remember kind of overhearing that we all said we had received some money, and I don't know what it's large for, so I was like, well...
Yeah, there was nothing on it. That's why I mentioned to Judy, when she went over to deposit, I said, I don't know necessarily what this is for. I'm assuming that that's what it is, because I don't know what else you would get $500 from them for.
Okay.
But, I mean, I can reach out to maybe Tony or somebody and just see if I can get some verification of that, for sure what it is.
I imagine this is what it was for, and there were people in the office who were kind of showing they didn't know either. Okay, I'm misinformed, or, they just
I would say, you know what, I don't
know what else they would send you guys a check for $500 for. I mean,
do we generally get a thank you notice for that?
I can write a thank you.
Or if it's something that we will reason matter, if we can, or whatever. I guess Jeff can hear tonight then?
No.
Okay. I guess I'll talk to him about the other one today.
Sure.
So see, it says donation 754, 751 from my account. What was the other 200 from 254?
Okay, well, we're starting with the financial report, and the reason I did that is so you could probably go home. But I would like you to stay till we do the wages.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, you said, so there was $500 worth of donation. You're talking about the other $250 that was Jen's reimbursement for that class. We had paid her that she was going to pay for that class and she reimbursed because she can't go to it. She's got to go to something else.
Okay. Sounds good. So that falls under the ball program then?
What's that?
Am I looking at the wrong one? April 30th, on the first one?
Ball program donation 751.41. Is it just to put in the...
Oh, no, that's a separate account we have for money that somebody had given that was strictly for the ball program.
Oh, that's it.
And we kept that in a separate account, and I've been trying to use it up so that we don't have to keep it in a separate account, because usually we don't track that stuff separately.
Okay.
But it was very specifically earmarked for ball program stuff.
Sounds good.
So we put it in there, and then as you guys have been buying stuff for those, so like that text that I'll do to you, I'll probably pull out of that.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to, I had them kind of confused too. I was like, well, can we deposit this, I guess, in the baseball account? We don't have a baseball account.
Yeah, we don't have separate.
I was like, oh, okay.
We don't have a separate account, so we just track it as separate, that specifically. But that money that comes in, we'll just call that,
Sounds good. Yeah.
income from the summer rec program.
Perfect.
Is basically what it is, but all goes to the same account.
I know so little about the baseball that I couldn't answer. I mean, I didn't want to answer and give you the wrong
We
answer.
got to figure out, it was, like I was assuming like when we have multiple accounts, I was thinking we had multiple accounts, and we have multiple accounts, I'm assuming.
You have a savings and a checking.
Correct, and, but everything goes to you to get everything itemized out, where, to the office, oh, we have a second account for baseball, whatever it was, so I was like,
Yeah, no.
So,
We're good on that.
All the joys of fund accounting.
okay, can we, before we start on the financial, can we approve the special meeting and last month's
Oh, yeah.
minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve last month's special meeting and last month's minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, things are like popping up, it just seems to me, that we need to pay for, and one of them is the toilets at Riverside Park. And of course, I'm desperately looking for a plumber. But I did order an outhouse because the school kids go down there for picnics, right? Yeah, so I did have a sticky disc put down there, but most toilets are we're gonna have them in place.
I know, I mean, I guess probably a different portion of it, but I know that I was going through the kind of, North Coast code and all that kind of stuff. Just, since we're a small township, we don't have to, it's best to have a bid process, but we can place an order, a sole proprietorship, and I had one written up. I forgot I didn't go to school, to work today. My son was sick, but, I kind of get one written up. All it is basically a sole proprietorship. We can pick anybody we want to, as long as we can justify it.
Yep.
All it is just to save your butt in case you want to get in, so much.
Yes, and I copied that.
Okay.
Because, and I told Trespass to go ahead,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, I know we have the other markets we can put out there, Bismarck and all that kind of stuff to get a proper bids like that, but sometimes we kind of need that a little faster than we,
Well, you know what, let me just explain to you, that he was secured last fall,
Okay.
so we could have been hunting for somebody with another bid. And I said to him, I just don't know who we did, and he said, well, I do, I can call a guy in Underwood, but you know what, he's gonna send a bid of $5,000, when he sends in the bill, it's gonna be 12. So, I said, yeah, that's thank you, and that does go on, it does,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Judy, is there any way that you can tie that into whoever's gonna do plumbing stuff at the pool and ask them to do both?
It's Chris Trespass, and he does backhoe stuff.
I mean, you were getting a plumber to do some stuff at the pool, right?
Yes, I'm gonna see if they'll do this pool
Yeah,
too. Town and country, okay,
Yeah, so just ask them if they can do the toilets down there when they
Yeah.
come to do that.
Yep.
and just tie it
oh, I
together.
absolutely will, yeah.
What was the 27,000 on the?
That was the other part of the playground equipment.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry about that. And then the 1550 was for the school chemical training?
If it's training, then yeah, it was for the classes that they were taking and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Did you complete that, Jen?
I did my task.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, I'm proud of myself.
I guess there was a 50-question test and all that kind of stuff on the longer than.
Well, and I knew that, but
Oh, okay.
she must have missed it in the email, that it went from like 10 to 3 on Saturday, and she thought it was just someone who tested it off.
Yeah.
There's also more training and then
Okay.
the test.
Did you use it?
Not yet,
Oh.
but I need to get mine scheduled again, because when they did a test, I would have had time at the time, so, we'll get done, but I will get mine done.
Oh.
But it'll happen,
Oh, yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
So does anybody have any more questions about the financial report? How about if we skip the pool and go to the middle of the pool and finalize wages for, our manager?
Or do we need to approve the financial report first?
And I do
Well, not
have,
till we do, okay,
I
yeah.
do have this as well, this is through the year, clean sign, and I do want that you have to back on.
Oh, yeah.
That's for your deposit, so
Do you want to sign it?
you don't need to sign
Okay.
that, just want everybody to see what you're getting. So you'll have that, plus you'll have the money from the city come in. Cause usually it's right around 2,000, maybe a little less.
Yeah, that's okay. That might be a toilet.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a lot less than we received. Now it starts getting smaller amounts, doesn't it?
Yeah, you usually get the biggest amount
But
at the
you know
beginning of the
what?
year, cause that's where everybody pays their taxes, and then it slowly trickles in a little bit each month.
I think 2 years ago, they gave us a bump up in percentage. So, yeah.
Well, every year it's based on the budget that we do and everything, so we try to bump it up a little bit each year to get
Yeah.
So you guys look like you're gonna have quite a few projects trying to go on this summer and everything, so you're gonna maybe get some of your money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
So is there anything else on the financial report?
I guess I don't really have much of anything else. I know we just did the half on the fence
Mm-hmm.
and, to check the wagon wheel for the stuff for the counter and everything for the pool.
Yeah.
But
You know, she sent me a bid and it was for $12,000. And they said, so I called her and I said to her, is there any way we can cut this because I have been allotted $1,000 in the minutes, like in the fall. And I said, and it's just such a big mess to have to go for that extra money. And she said, well, let me see. And so guess what? We got it for less than, less than $1,000. We got a countertop and it's covered, so.
I'm gonna have you guys, if you don't mind, sign that one. That's a list of checks for efficiency.
So, seeing no more questions for the financial report, I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
I got one more thing too, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
So I got this in the Crowley statement. They're wanting to sign up for, they're doing email statements. Trying to get away paperless basically
Oh, at the store?
at the store. So I just wanted to get your guys' okay for me to go ahead and put my information in to get those.
Do you like that way better too, or?
Yeah, I mean, it comes to me and I just print it out right
Okay.
away. So I mean, it's not really a whole lot different than,
Okay.
getting in the mail. It's saves on paper and stamping and all that stuff.
They must have a new bookkeeper that has a computer.
So I just wanted to get okay from you guys, let you know that I was gonna do that, and if you're all right with it.
Yep, I think that's fine. If you're all right with it, you're the bill payer.
Okay. And I don't know if you guys know anything about this or not, but Chris had brought this to me. This was the guy that he was wanting to hire for to help him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
$250, right? No,
So that's interesting.
$250, yeah.
I thought he was paying,
That's a different position. Oh. This kid is going to mow with Chris.
oh, okay.
Chris has kind of told us he's going to help, like with things being done at the pool and, handyman stuff. And so I said to him, if you wanna hire somebody, and he said, I think I do, and I would like to hire him now so I can get him, so,
Oh, like one?
yeah, but that's who's gonna do it.
So this is a young man then, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He works, good guy, good kid,
We give it back to you then, or?
yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I just like, kind of how we talked about as a part of the whole hiring process and everything, that we kind of talked about getting some sort of a process in place of, getting paperwork, because nobody should be working without filling out.
An application.
Well, not just an application, but all their new hire paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they're working and something happens to them and they haven't filled that stuff out, they're not really covered under anything. They're not technically employees.
We gotta finish the whole process out for us, you know, we
Yeah.
got the application done, now we gotta, you know, if that's who we end up hiring, we gotta do it, the drug test background, all that kind of stuff, get everything set up from Paul for the drug deposit, the whole works, and that's what I kinda sent you an email about adding on the agenda, but, it's not a big deal, but we said I get that stuff in place. And for record retention, we're gonna have at least 30 years for North Dakota's law. And I know in the past, you were saying Mark Lamb had, have stuff that I guess had stored them, and, you know, the, Memorial Hall area, whatever, you know.
I think he's got, had stored stuff in the Memorial Hall, someplace there. He put like old records and stuff, like boxes of old records and stuff.
Who's that?
Mark,
Marcus.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing with them when we sent them that way.
Well, in regards to hire authority, we still gotta make sure we have our retention for the new hires
Yeah.
and anybody else that's, you know, currently hired for us as well.
And as far as the new hire stuff goes, we have everything, and we scan everything into our system, and we have everything for years back. So it's not just when you give it to somebody, like the paper copies of it is gone.
Yeah.
You know, we have, I mean, I'm gonna guess we probably have 10 years, maybe,
Okay.
so worth of prior stuff. And every year when people fill out paperwork and everything, we scan it all in, so we make sure we have copies even if we give you the paper stuff.
Okay.
So, I don't think you have to worry about the 3-year requirements, because we should have at least, like I said, 3 years worth of stuff.
and I'm gonna tell you, that's, I've kinda always worried as to where is everything. So I'm really glad to hear that.
We really need to have a central place. I mean, whoever wants to log in, myself, you know, anybody wants to log in there, so we have everything, our ducks in a row, everything from the front end of the city, you know, what things we're doing for the, Parks and Rec, to the back end of the people we hire for the pool, the baseball, or data stuff. I mean, it's nice that Paul has it, but realistically, I mean, that's not even, should be required of y'all's side.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I think my thing with it is there's been almost every year that I've been here, do you hit a point where you're hiring kids on, they're all working down at the pool, they filled out nothing yet, somebody gets hurt,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, we really need to figure out a process to get that stuff taken care of before
Yeah.
anybody starts doing anything.
yeah,
I know it's got the add on the agenda, but one I had sent you a few days
yeah,
ago,
I got it.
okay, was, the things we really need to add, I mean, you don't have to be a website, it can be really anything that we can have, people have access to it, just for our records, for, on the hiring side of things, and, whatever records we gotta have moving forward, and that's, you know, not too much, put too much responsibility on Paul and his company and stuff like that, it's just, you know, it's a little more organized, you know, we're similarly reinventing the wheel every time we're doing something.
Well, they keep all the important papers, but sometimes there's some information that we need to know. You know, we need to have done somewhere.
Yeah, but they gotta, we really should hold on to our, you know, personnel files and things like that, you know, even though they have it, it's really should be on our side, so the personnel,
Okay,
financial side, it should, you know, that's be on y'all side, obviously, so.
okay,
But, you know, I mean, I was just kind of, I didn't add that into the honest agenda right here, but we probably should look forward in the future to really get this added on there. And we'll regardless what direction it takes, either from a personal site, things of that nature that we gotta have, but we gotta, I think, some of our record retention should be, a little better.
and here's what Brock, and it's great. Good to put in, is updates for the general park board, updates for sports registrations, applications, record retention, with a 3-year minimum. baseball update, number of players, items purchased, items needed, concession needs, hire packet, new hire packet application, drug policy, and ACH. And ACH is just a form, so there isn't much to that.
And that will go in, that would actually go in with the new hire packets. I think if I can get, once I get some information from you guys as far as, you know, when you're gonna actually sit down and offer people these jobs.
I did already.
You did already, okay. So I
That
want,
was on my list
Okay.
too, of like, what, you know, welcome packets, like,
Right,
you know,
right.
the policy handbook and the drug testing, and
Yep.
what do I do next?
yep. So I'll put together a packet, and if you can, I guess if you can let me know how many employees we're looking at, I can get those many packets put together. But I mean, the W-4, I-9, the ACH stuff, all of the stuff that you just need to have them fill out. And it needs to be like you have to fill this out before you can start working.
Yeah.
So,
And did everybody say yes?
Was that-
Actually, I have
oh yeah, I
one.
can turn off copies of
That's taking it
however many
to
copies
the-
you guys
Okay.
need.
But then I called back one of the other ones that I liked too, and he said yes.
Oh, good.
How many do we have? So I hired 8 lifeguards, 3 office staff, and then I have 2 roles that might be like fill-ins if needed type of thing,
Okay.
depending once I get the schedule figured out.
So 20 copies figures, a couple of hers and my baseball side of things, be able to get done with everything. You know, I have pretty much everybody's front end portion of it, the application's done, but we still have to use the back end portion, so that's about 20 should be fine for us.
Okay, alright. Be able to get those
And
put
then
together.
similar for safety and results too, I don't know if they're included in that or.
Yep,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, anybody that's gonna be working and considered an employee, so.
Yeah, okay.
How many do you have coming back?
Well, like, one thing your lifeguard basically was in the office, so if you're coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
with an
if they were, just basically if they were employed last
They've
year.
been employed before,
Yeah.
okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this gal did not work for me last year, but she has worked for the park before,
Okay,
or the pool before,
okay,
7, that are returning.
okay.
That's great.
So let me, kind of, I guess, if you guys don't have anything else, branching from that into, the pay rates.
Yeah.
Where would my sheet go?
Come up to the table.
Tim, and before you leave, we want to discuss your pay.
Okay, so what are the names of the ones that you have that were in here last year?
Charlotte Haley Frederick,
She must, oh, okay,
she's in
she
office.
was in office.
Yep,
So as a lifeguard, she'd
she's
be,
staying in office, no.
oh, she's staying in office, so then she'd be 12.50 this year, because we're doing the 50-cent raise this year, right? Okay. Okay,
Okay, Jay Shaw.
okay, and I know he was gonna go higher because he's gonna be kind of lead lifeguard, right?
We have him at, what,
He was at,
He was at
16.25.
are we still doing him just the 50s then?
No, because I don't think he was the lead lifeguard. Who was our lead lifeguard last year?
No.
So it was Harley. He
Harley.
was at 17.
Yeah,
So,
he was at 17.
And I think Emma was higher because she had a CPO.
yep,
too,
yep,
but-
Emma was, I think, 18.
Yeah.
So I would say,
75.
I know just for JP to go,
So he's lead lifeguard now?
yep, because isn't it $1 more for lead lifeguard, I think? So that'd be 16.20 or 17.75. Be $1 for lead lifeguard and 50 cents for coming back.
Okay, 1775?
That's what I'm looking at. You know, what I'm thinking anyway.
Okay,
Because I know you usually do I think it's $1 for the lead lifeguard. I believe that's right. He'll let you know if it's not.
okay, yes, he will.
For his mom.
Yes, right.
That's okay.
Yeah, totally fine.
You know what, it's just a tough place. Mark said what they were gonna pay, and he said, we're not gonna do that. And he was okay in saying that, but when you really think about it, some kids
It's a lot.
deserve the time, the hours given, you know, but we gave them such a big boost, you know,
Well,
so
it's
yeah.
better to
No, I
have,
mean, and it's good he stands up for himself.
it's better to have a kid that does that and then not saying anything and is upset about it.
Right, right,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I applaud him for having the courage to do that, for
Yeah.
sure, so.
Okay, and who else do you have?
Okay, Alexis, should have done that, ACB?
Escondido?
No,
Ruby?
yeah.
So she'd be 1550 because she was just the last year.
Right, so she's new hire, yep, Sydney Turner.
And how much is she gonna be, 15?
1550.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney Turner, she's
15,
coming back.
right,
She was,
yep,
she was only at 15 last year. So
yeah,
that's,
she could
okay,
be 1550,
1550.
right.
Yeah.
Ava Waldo.
She was new last year.
Ava who?
Waldo, she's from Center.
Okay.
She's from Center. She's 1550. And then Claire Fisher was the office, and now she will be a lifeguard.
Okay.
So these are the bump for
It
being
was
lifeguard?
me, bump up to 15 for a lifeguard and then 50 cents for coming back, so 1550 for her as well.
Okay, and then, okay, so then the other one is Samantha, I don't know, is it Pfizer or Deezer? Yeah, so she was with her last year, but I know she has worked before, so I'm not sure how long she.
So she was at 13, and then she didn't work last year, so she'd be at 1550.
Well, I'm just put at 15.
Usually if they've worked prior and then come back, they usually still give them the bump up.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they had a year off?
Yep.
I believe so.
Yeah.
7, one more, so the one more would be the new one, would be just, they get 15 then.
There's 2 new ones for lifeguards.
Okay, so they both just be at 15.
And it said Sydney and Ava lifeguards too? Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you said that there was 3
And then
office,
2 more
who are
office
office staff,
girls, yep, who are new,
and they just be at the 12.
Aubriana and Emma, yep, so they'd be at 12.
Okay.
And what are their names? Aubriana Spice
Oh, good.
and Emily Beeler. Did I say that last name? And Emily Beeler? Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so you feel like it's enough to get through being
I
able to
do,
weekends and
I
everything?
did, I think, I don't know if I got with, I made kind of a mock schedule with 8 people, and, I mean, that gives, like, Jake and Samantha, just because they've been there before, I did try to give them a little more hours. Jake, I had like 35, Samantha, I think, was 30 to 35. The rest I had at about 25 to 30. So, I mean, and all of them want as many hours as they can get. So I feel like if I hire any more, they're only going to be getting, you know, maybe 15 to 20, and then that makes people unhappy too. If this is their summer job, they want more
Yeah.
time than that.
The other side of that though too is that I know that with it being summer, I know you've run into in the past situations where people are like, oh, I'm gone that weekend,
Right.
I don't want to work weekends, type of
I
thing.
did confirm with all of them that they were willing to work evenings and weekends.
Okay.
Of course, some of them have camps or whatever, like state fair is a big one where a lot of them are like, well, let's go to state fair for a few concerts, not necessarily like the whole week.
Sure.
So we'll just have to work around it.
You had a couple that went fill in.
Okay, so yeah, so then the other 2, so Sierra Rodriguez, who worked there last year, just kind of as a fill-in.
Yep.
I actually had offered her a full-time job, but she was told me today she got an internship. And so she was due for a renewal this year, so I just kind of said, well, if you do decide to still renew, let me know, because then if we need fill-ins, you know, I'd love to have you kind of be a backup. So
she'd be 1650.
So she would be at 1650.
And if you get any kind of a confirmation from her, she will need to still come and fill out paperwork.
Right.
So.
Okay. And then my other question about her though was if she does recertify, will it be paid for if she's only working for a couple of times?
Because recertification is hardly anything.
Okay. And then the other one, her name is Maya. She actually lives in Wyoming. Her grandparents live here. You know them? So she's coming to her grandparents for the month of July, and she's already certified and already working at a pool there. I've talked to her a couple of times. And so I just kind of told her as like a fill-in, basically, because she's just here the month of July.
Yeah, I think
really
that'll
count on her for the whole summer, but I think state fair is in July, so I was like, that will work out good.
Yep.
So would she be at 15 then?
Yeah, she would be new hire, be at 15.
Okay. And then Tracy and April would be the other 2 in that room.
I'm assuming they're going to be.
They both are doing
because they're doing the
WSI and CPO, both.
Okay.
So what are we paying them?
I don't know, that's what I
I would have to
Okay.
say, based on Emma last year, I'd have to say at least 18
Okay.
would be my thought. Cause I'm pretty sure that's around where Emma was last year, Emma's
Eighteen
1875.
seventy-five.
And I think that was based on prior,
1875?
I think that was based on prior
Years
years
of experience.
experience.
Yeah,
So I think 18 would probably be fair.
Because I think we should tell them that we,
Right,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, yes, they,
And I suppose they could fill in some time if you needed somebody.
no, they're not lifeguard certified, so that's a whole different certification. You can be
Okay.
WSI certified without
I
being
know
lifeguard
that.
certified.
Tracy was, but.
She maybe was at one time, and April too, they did used to be lifeguards, but,
Okay.
you know, back in the day.
Sure.
What are their roles gonna be basically? So WSI is to teach swimming lessons. Okay. And then CCO is just for more backups for chemical people to be,
You don't have to be lifeguard certified in swimming lessons.
you do
You have
not.
to be the WSI.
Yeah, it's, yeah. That was
That
surprising to me
seems
too.
almost counterintuitive.
I know, it seems so strange, but, I
you
mean,
know
and
what,
you have to know how to
the
swim.
office help is getting this year?
12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice way.
Yeah.
I think it's good for kids that are like 15, and like I said, I still think it helps because you have them come in and kind of get the experience, and then when they turn old enough, then they might be interested in becoming lifeguards. So.
Yeah, and that was kind of, I mean, I had like 6 people apply for office, and, that was kind of part of what I based who I hired on, like if they were interested in becoming lifeguards, because I feel like that's kind of why we started this office
Yeah.
job, right, is to try to promote the lifeguarding and get in there so they can,
I think it was that and to keep the lifeguards out of the office as much.
Right, well, that's it. You know what I'm gonna ask Chris to do is to remove the lifeguard stand that's right there,
okay,
about closest to the office.
Yep.
Because I ordered the chairs that isn't as high. They
Good.
actually have such a
Good.
thing.
good.
But they're those, just like the other one, they're a
Right.
portable one.
Portable one, okay, yeah, good.
But I thought, you know what? We should get rid of that.
And honestly, you could remove the one across the way too, because that one, nobody ever even uses it, because it's so flimsy.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Is it not just because it's not, because it's flimsy, or
Mhm.
is it not? So easy to
Well, I mean, it's not used because it's flimsy, is the real reason, but, you know, okay, so there's like the pool like this, and at this corner is where the lifeguards will sit on the chair all the time.
So their back is to, their front is at the deep end. They're looking at the deep end, but they have no view of the length of the pool.
So I feel like, you know, if we, with this new one, we'll have one like coming right out of the office, and we'll have that one down on the deep end. I think that it, you know, not that we necessarily need it this summer, but in the future, I don't think it would hurt to get another one to put kind of right in that corner area, because when there is only 2-3 kids out swimming, and there's only one lifeguard out there, that's always where they sit, and they're down so low, that it's really not, they just sit on the safe, you know, because they can't see down into the water. So, I mean, I think that's something that maybe next year or something, just to not keep adding things on for this year. But, that might be an idea.
So go ahead and remove that one, or we'll fix it.
I don't know if there is fixing it, I'm not sure, I guess, but if we could fix it, that's fine.
Okay. Is it flimsy from the base? Or
The base is flimsy, the rungs are bowing,
Okay.
I mean, the chair itself is probably okay, I think it's
So not
okay,
maybe
but.
to remove it at first, and we can have repair the base,
Mm-hmm,
because if I need some concrete there for the base portion of it,
Mhm.
that's fine.
mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, if it's something that can be repaired, but, the bad thing about it though is that, how they're set up now, both of those ones, the ones out the office and straight across from it, they're so high, that like when we have to do our jumps, like when we practice our jumping in the stage, you have to like squish your body up so tight, and you like hit your butt on the bottom of the pool. And if somebody was to not put their feet completely flat and they had their toes pointed, they could break an ankle.
Yeah.
You know, so actually it's really not safe to have them so high where it's so shallow.
we could let, Chris know just remove it entirely.
Okay,
I don't know if it's got studs on the bottom, or should we maybe grab those off, or have them removed,
right,
so, I think it'd be best if we remove that one, it's flimsy, and, okay.
And, the new ones, I mean, you know, they don't make those even anymore, so, you know. And just,
So you did already order a new lifeguard shirt for that one?
And
last time? Okay.
$1,800. Yep. The basketball platform, do you want to hear how much the basketball game is? $990. But you know what? I decided.
Just for a hoop?
Yeah, it's made to put at the end of the pool, and the kids just love it, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And this chair battery is $350, so,
Okay. So those are all ordered too?
yep.
That's the only thing wrong with that hoop up there?
Is that the battery? Apparently, yes. It's never worked since I've been there, but that's what I was told, is just the battery.
Okay.
I don't know anything about mechanics, so I can't really tell you if that's the case or not.
Will you talk with Chris about getting that one over again? Or you want to do it?
Sure, no, I can.
So, have you when y'all plan for draining that pool?
That's a good question. I was going to talk to him about that too.
He had to wait till it was not raining for so many days or something. He was watching it, and I have a feeling he's probably going to do that tomorrow too.
Okay.
Has anything been done about that rock wall?
No, but they'll take it down and Chris can work on that too. Yeah, he knew that. He said, and you know what, he was going to lay it down for the winter, and he said it's a lot harder on it to lay it in the snow and the ice than to leave it up, so he left it up.
I just know that there's a lot, every time I was over there, the kids were kind of complaining about the things being really twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs to be
Yeah.
tightened.
Yeah.
When is that new hire plan on starting? Did Chris say, or for the?
I'm assuming if it's a kid, it wouldn't be till after school.
I think it said on his application, when he start date, May 27th.
Just hired, out of the hired hand, or just in the order?
You just said May 27th, yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Well, does Chris know what he's paying him?
Sorry, what was that?
A wage? Do we have a wage for him? He had,
No, I don't think so. I think
Noah Olson worked
Noah
for
was
him.
from last year, and I think Noah was I think it was, yeah, 16, and that was just because he had prior years in the baseball program. So basically it was 15. So a new hire would be 15.
So this is new hire across the board, $15 for a lot of them.
Everything, basically everything except for the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've just gone far, you've just outperformed what we would ever ask for. So now we're asking, what would you like in terms of a raise?
I don't know. I feel like I told Kelly, I feel like that's something you guys need to decide as far as what you feel I deserve, but I just,
Well, I'm kind of on the $1 million side of that.
well, I know, I was like, I got $50 an hour.
So what did she make last year?
20. I think he's putting up at 22.
22. Is that fair for you?
Yep, that sounds fair. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Where did I put that? Okay. Okay. To finish out the pool, I'm going to tell you that the sandblasting and painting the pool is going to be between $60,000 and $70,000, and I've submitted for the reimbursement from the pool or the playground equipment and I'm going to talk to them, and I'm going to write as much as we can get for help through Garrison Diversion.
They're pretty broad,
Recreation is their big thing, so we easily qualify. And it was, I presented, where did I go to present?
Was it Devil's Lake?
No.
Someplace over that way?
Yeah. No, that wasn't Devil's Lake, but I went and presented. They have an office in Killington. That's right. And, it was great to work with, so I am gonna just talk to them about it, and then whatever they tell me I can ask for, I'm going to, because that's, yep, it's a big deal. And I'm trying to think that maybe we can do some hamburgers at the pool, maybe on Sundays or Saturdays or something, and see if we couldn't raise some money that way. You know, people are pretty generous with us to help us. I decided, well, when we put the new filters in the pool, I said, let's have some fundraisers and try to raise $50,000, thinking that was pie in the sky. And we made about $118,000, which was amazing. So, maybe we can just get busy and do some of that.
I don't know if you had looked into it at all, but what we talked about with the sales tax thing would be something.
No, but I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I worked 18 days in a row. That was, today when I was home, I was just like, oh, and don't tell your wife because I love to work, but you know what? We don't have any dirty clothes anymore, and we've had a steady pile. The West. Okay, so I think we should vote on Jen's
Oh,
salary.
and the rest of those, that wages, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the wages for 2024 along with, Jen's wage
okay,
for,
okay, and you seconded that, okay.
Do you mind if I just, if you're gonna do that, I don't know if you want to discuss and include anything with the baseball stuff?
yeah, I had a question on that too. I didn't know if that was gonna be further down on baseball.
Baseball's coming up, why don't we leave it? And we'll, I just want to tell you that West River Telephone will install the surveillance equipment May 14th at 9 a.m. and I'll meet them. And they're charging us $14.50 for the installation and $125.75 a month. Now, we don't pay all year long. So we shut off the phone and turn it back on. So we may have to leave it on. And do you want to leave the surveillance even through the winter?
I think it's probably just as well. I mean, if they were ever to jump a fence or something, I really
Yeah,
would
no,
be in there.
And there's still water in the pool through the winter, and sometimes it's not frozen, like this winter.
I think if you're gonna have it, you're probably just as well.
Leave it on.
Just leave it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would also recommend if at any point you do end up getting that splash pad thing figured out, having another one installed that's gonna be on that.
It's the cost, you don't visit the pool, right?
It's just your own, for safety, for your own sake.
Yep. And they're only putting 2 cameras in, one in the front, one in the back, and I said, oh, is that going to cover everything? And you know what? They said, yep, it's going to be fine. So I'm guessing they know what they're doing. And actually, somebody called me yesterday to install, and I said, I'm at school, and the key is at home. It's now in my purse, but the key is at home, and I can't get there. And the guy said, okay, I'll call you tomorrow, but he didn't. So, but I have an appointment on next Tuesday at 9 a.m., so hopefully that'll take care of it.
Who has copies of the pool keys? Did you? Okay.
Yes, but Chris has lots,
Okay, I need to get one from you.
okay?
I don't even have a copy of it.
You don't have a copy?
Oh, well, you know what? Get to,
I'll ask Chris
I
about
know
that.
he had like 6 made, I think, and he did give me one. And if he doesn't have them, I've got it, and I'll just take it and get
Okay.
some made
Okay.
at the hardware store.
Okay. And that was something that all the lifeguards had copies of the keys too in the past, and I don't know, that's something you guys maybe want to talk about, if you want everybody to have a copy, or just I mean, you can't really just give one to, like, Jake, for instance, because he's not gonna work every single morning, you know, so it's like they almost all
Do you have
have
this
to
all
have them.
up?
Yeah, it's not always the same people opening, so
Okay.
I feel like it's, at least the lifeguards, like, I don't really know that the office staff would necessarily need a copy, but I feel like probably all the lifeguards need to have a copy.
What about a lockbox? I mean, have it installed in the front door with a couple keys inside there, and then just a combination that you get to people. So they have a thousand cruise cats floating around, I mean, it's awesome.
Right, yeah.
Well, let me explain to you though, it's keys to a lock. If, at the end of the year, we could switch the lock.
Yeah. It's just like a padlock, right?
Padlock,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what, all we
Oh,
have.
that's what I opened the whole thing, is
Mhm,
what I wanted to have.
We don't use the front door. I don't even know if you can unlock the front door from the outside, honestly. So,
Okay, that's
we
all.
only ever use the outside gate to get in.
I didn't know that.
You know, and I think that works okay. Yeah. Okay. Chelsea Day sent me a paper that was interesting in, it talks about the lifeguards have to have a half-hour lunch break besides their 15 minutes. It can't be in it, and you do that.
Well, that's kind of that half-hour break that we do during the day.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
That's their lunch. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
And you know, and then they clock out for
Well,
that, right?
and you know what, she gave it to us mainly, you know, just for our information, so we were doing it.
Right.
You know, so.
I saw that Underwood posted their pool hours today. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Are we still doing, did you finalize pool hours?
Similar, I did, well, I think I did, it doesn't have to be in concrete yet, but, 12 to 8 was my plan, Monday through Friday, and, with the break being from 4 to 4:30. And then Saturday and Sunday, I was gonna do 12 to 6. And I wasn't necessarily going to do that half-hour break on Saturday, because it's only 6 hours, yeah.
But it has to be if it's over 4.
I thought it was if it was 8.
If it's over 4, I think you only have to have a 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure, I think so, but, I mean, we should confirm and make sure.
Okay.
Because if they need it, then I can schedule that in. And we wouldn't necessarily have to do a pool break, we could just have them.
Here's what it says. As I was downloading Hartford meeting this morning, I caught the section on the pool hours was stated, the pool open consecutively with no closing for a break. Just want to remind you there's a labor law concerning a mandatory 30-minute meal period for shifts that are longer than 5 hours.
5, okay.
Do you want to have this?
If you don't need it,
No.
sure, I can, yep. So then I still think that we wouldn't have to close for half hour.
You
I
would
would
have
just-
somebody open, half you day open to close. You would just have 11 to, or noon to 5, or 1 to 6.
Well, it's just,
Yeah, or just stay there, like a break, like you have your break from 2 to 3.
Or even that, if you're open till close.
Yeah, okay.
And then what are you charging for lessons?
I don't know, we haven't discussed that yet. Their lessons were what, 75?
75 and 125 for private.
Private, I think last year we only charged 50.
I think so.
And who's charging 75?
Underwood.
Well,
And I think Center is
what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. Aren't they going to give them 2 weeks of lessons?
You know, we haven't really sat down and discussed how we're gonna do it yet, but what I will say is, last year was $50. It was just parkboard lessons, nobody was WSI certified.
Yeah.
This year we have people who are WSI certified, I think there should be more.
Okay.
You know, the Red Cross certified swimming lessons, so.
Well, and
That's
they're going to
my
be,
thought.
but I think
But-
maybe Tracy and, maybe you should just ask them tomorrow, because I think they plan on giving them 2 weeks for lessons instead of 1 week. And you know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Okay.
So did you look at last year, so much for lessons, and then if there was multiple kids in the family, you reduced it so much, right?
I honestly don't remember. I don't know that we did, but I honestly don't think that we had it, because we only did, like, preschool, kindergarten age. So I don't even know that we had any families that had more than 1 kid in it.
So if you're gonna be offering me, there would be a good possibility that it would be.
Right.
So that would be something else to think about. And then I think, seems like I remember one of the last times when you did that, there was one of the groups in town would offer to cover if kids couldn't pay for it, but they wanted to take them. And I don't remember if it was Lions or if it was Resource Center or somebody. I feel like put out the office if there were kids that wanted or needed lessons, but they couldn't afford, the family couldn't afford it, that they would cover that.
So then if we did, just for instance, if we did choose to do like 75 for a lesson, then would we 75 for the first kid and then the second kid at like
30, 35, 40, something like that.
okay, like kind of like half the price for each additional kid?
That would be kind of what my thought, just because, you know, if you're doing 75 a lesson and people have 2 or 3 kids that they're going to put in that,
That's
it's
expensive.
expensive real quick.
Yeah, so I think
And
that,
you want kids to have
You want to
lessons
have
over
the
money. You don't, you know,
Right.
it's not, you're not doing it to make money, so.
right.
Yeah.
And did we come up with a, wage for lesson givers?
Yeah, that was 18.
That was the 18 that you were talking for those 2.
Okay,
That were
good,
the US
perfect,
side.
yeah, I got
Can
it.
we pencil in 75 for lessons and then,
And you charged how much for that? It was a 50 last year? you said?
How about 75 for 1 and what, 40 for,
Half off, you know, just 35, whatever you're doing.
35.
35, and then that'll just bring it to the number.
Okay.
You know what? I can talk to the Legion about that. They definitely would want to see the best. And it might not happen.
Yeah, they're pretty positive with the sponsoring kids.
Yeah.
Not to jump back up on the sand lesson portion. So that was your estimate, or have we got any estimates back in from it?
What's that?
I'm probably trying to jump back up there, but 60 to 70,000 for the sandblasting. How we got? Is that what we're?
That was a guesstimate from Associated Schools.
So are they going to get the hard money bid pretty soon? Or?
I haven't asked for it yet.
Okay.
So we don't have anything scheduled
No.
or anything like that yet?
No.
Okay.
One thing I will just throw in along with that, I think that as far as a lot of this stuff with this pool and some of this playground equipment goes, I think that you guys are better off just paying someone to take care of the stuff that needs to be taken care of on a yearly basis, rather than trying to do things yourself and get by cheaper. Because you get by cheaper for a couple of years, and then you run into a situation where you have to do this, and you didn't save yourself any money anyway.
Well, no, and you know, we're going to pay for sandblasting, and that's going to require, there's going to be some cleanup from that, and that's okay. I just, you know, the biggest thing we have to do with that pool is maintain it. So we don't want to not have it professionally taken care of, because
It's that, and it's the plumbing, and all these different things that have kind of been like, you know, piece little piece here, little piece there to try to be cheaper. Well, you're just going to have to redo the whole thing, and it's going to end up costing you more than if you just maintained it right from year to year anyway.
Yeah, and hence the bathroom.
Well, and I think too, like even with winterizing, like if Associated Pools is someone we can hire to come in the spring, do all the opening, cleaning and maintenance and getting it ready, and if it's something they can come in the fall and help winterize, that might not be such a bad idea, so that things don't get left on that shouldn't be left on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we end up ruining equipment.
but they did come. Oh, they did.
Well, they just came to winterize the pool.
They winterized the pool, yeah.
But they may not be had done some of the stuff that she
Yep,
specifically.
and you know what, I will ask about that.
Your schedule for PM and equipment.
And, within reason, you don't wanna cost yourself an arm and a leg and not have any money, but at the same time, doing it right is way better than trying to do it yourself and not, for sure knowing what you're doing and then having more issues than anything.
This is gonna cost us $70,000, so,
You're right.
So what's the upkeep then involved with that? Is that something?
oh, it'll have to be repainted.
Right.
But it won't have to be sandblasted again.
Right.
You see, there's different paints, and we didn't have, we weren't using the right paint, so,
Right.
but,
There's some different from there too. The paint again, you go back to epoxy, or you can do a total laminate, and it depends how much you want to invest in it, and each one has its own, the painting lasts a couple of years, the epoxy lasts about 10 years, and the liner lasts 15 or more
Right.
years, but then again, it's going to get so costly real
Cost
fast.
every time you go up more.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah,
Well, I just think if you're gonna spend the 60 or 70 to do the sandblasting and painting, make sure it's the right choice though.
Yeah.
Even if you are going a little higher to do, say, the epoxy, if that's something that's gonna save money over time by
Yeah.
doing something a little higher quality,
Yeah.
probably doesn't hurt to get opinions from them on that
and
too.
especially since we've had multiple cracks in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and we're having, we refill every, 6 days or something.
Every couple of days
Every
we were
couple days.
refilling last year,
And
yeah.
I don't know, she's maybe lining might be the way to go, but, that's gonna be $150,000 as a minimum.
Right.
yeah.
So I think it's kind of what you want to buy off into it.
The man at the Associated Pools said that their primer is a fill primer. So,
It does have some benefits to it on which applications they have, but he says they are limited what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
take that into account too.
yeah. But,
I think regardless, it's gonna be a big of a change just to do a sandblast job on that, and I called around quite a few places.
oh yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, I called around quite a few places and goes, yeah, it's not $100,000 to do a sandblast on that job, but it will be cost invasive because you have to put the prep on that, the blasting media, having somebody dedicated to do that stuff. You're gonna be looking at least $2,000, and that's about right where it's at. He was just throwing a hard one. Just throwing a rough date out there.
You talked to Associated too.
Associated, I started calling a couple of places in the Fargo and like that, and he goes all over the same. He goes, so that's just me throwing some number out there. He goes, and one guy was like, well, I didn't want to use a number because in order for me to give an estimate, I get paid my estimate. So he goes, me surprising the times people call me just for how much it's going to cost, and he goes, away from my time to go to the house or where it's going to was fine too, but he was doing it at about $50,000. So it's kind of rough where you're sitting, that's about right. So.
Yeah. So, and, but I think we have to ask for some help,
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely, if we can.
So,
I think we should also look at doing some fundraising of our own.
we did a couple of things for the sand. I'm telling you, people are very generous. And we did caramel rolls once, and they came and picked them up on a Saturday morning, and it was during COVID. And they would pull up and we'd bring them out to them. And I can't remember now, but it was an unbelievable amount. And then one time we made soup and sandwiches on a Sunday after church, and people pulled in and picked up we had their stuff all boxed and handed it to them, and that went over really good too.
Yeah, just spaghetti supper or something would be.
Sure, yeah.
When I think, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just gonna say, kind of on that same note, are we still doing free will donations then? Do we wanna charge this year so that, to try to make more money, or I don't know, what do you think?
I think we're gonna stay at
Free
free will.
will, okay.
I think it's better all around for the
It is,
community.
yeah.
Kids can, people come one time, they drop in $100 and they'll come back for the summer based on that, or, sometimes kids just come and they don't have any money, but they get to come in,
This is something I
Yeah.
yeah.
Some kids that's what it does is it cuts the kids that can't afford, not, and the ones that can, their parents.
And the thing about it is whether you're charging or whether you're not doing this to make money. You're,
Right.
you know, you're losing money on the pool.
You're
no matter what you do.
fulfilling a need.
Right, right, you're doing it as a community service more than anything, it's not, you know, it doesn't make a break you if you
Mhm.
a couple $100 more charging a
Right.
fee as compared to what people donate.
Right.
And I feel like people are more generous when there's a donation option than they are when
Right.
it's a set amount,
Mhm.
myself.
Mhm. Yep.
You know what, in Lions, we don't ever have a set amount, it always, well, we do it for the fresh keeper, because it's so expensive. But, we don't for breakfast or spaghetti cheese or soup and sandwich, none of, we just say free will.
But I feel like you come out, like I said, I feel like you come out ahead
Oh,
further
yes,
when
we
you do
do.
that
Yeah.
anyway, because you have, like, there's people that'll come through the line, they just drop 20 in there, and they get a plate of spaghetti that costs you $1 to make or whatever, you know, and
Right.
I forgot to throw out the sound portion of it, but the lifeguard chairs, Jody had, you said you had to order, when is the, delivery date?
Oh, I think they'd be coming anytime when we're
Okay.
just about ready for it, in fact, I'll call on them again.
Same thing for the basketball platform?
Yeah, it is, they'll, you know, they all come from a different place, but I think they have the chairs, matter of
Okay.
fact.
And same thing for the battery?
No, the battery is specific, and I don't have the rungs because I haven't, it has rained so long, I need to take a picture of the run,
Mhm. Yeah.
the pool, and I haven't done it,
Okay.
okay? And I figured if I was gonna meet that guy today from, Westover, that I'd do it, and then he didn't call, and you guys, I did my laundry. But I'll do that.
One more thing I was gonna say is, talking about doing events, stuff this summer, fundraising and everything like that, it would probably be a good idea to try to do something up at the new park and get people up there, so people know where it is, what it is, and everything else. And then you could do something at the, you know, the pool, just, you know, over a weekend or something like that, to raise money, save it, there's some stuff we're trying to work on, we need some money for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know, I kind of thought it would be a good idea if we had a dedication of the park and had something there
Yeah.
Yeah,
before the election.
When's the election?
Mm-hmm.
When is it now?
It's in June.
Yeah. But it's coming up soon.
But I mean, if you get somebody to take a girl up there and do hamburgers and hot dogs
Mhm.
or something, and just do like, you know, if we have a free will, Goodwill Day, donations, and just figure, we're raising money for some more projects like this type of thing, and, you know.
Either the 4th or the 11th.
What day is
Is
it?
it the first Tuesday of the month?
Is it Tuesday or Thursday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
I think it's the 4th.
Okay.
I think it's the 10th. No?
The 11th?
Is that the 10th? That must be their meeting.
Mm.
Okay.
So I keep going back and forth, but yeah.
Should we find something like that?
Yeah, it's coming up right now, so that'd be done. I think everything's set up right now, pretty soon. Do we have mobile, grill and stuff?
We don't. I don't either.
What did the Legion use out at the Bluegrass thing at the Exhibit Center? Remember when you guys did hot dogs and hamburgers out there?
Oh, the Lions has a
Or
barbecue.
the Lion.
And
Yeah.
I could ask if we could use it. Elmer has it.
Or if we partner with the
Because
Lion.
we don't have power up there yet. There's no power up there today.
No,
Okay.
no.
So I go with my grill up there, but
Yep. But,
Did you have anything else for the pool? Sorry, we're kind of all.
That's okay. So when I did my CPO class, one thing that he talked about, the trainer talked about, was doing digital chemical readers as opposed to the colorant ones that we use now. Just because they're obviously so much more accurate. So the ones we use now, I don't know if you guys know what they look like or not, but it's basically where you put your chemicals into this little box, and then you have to hold it up to the sunlight to look at the color of it, and the colors are so close that it's really hard to really tell which one it is. And so that was one thing he talked about, and he said he'll be sending out an email to us shortly here with, okay, this is what we use now.
Oh, yeah.
So there's these things, and you drop the water in, and then you have to hold it up, and you have to decide if it's, super light pink or just light pink. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
really hard to really read
So
on.
how much are they, what,
So he said one that he recommends and really likes is about $220. So they're not terribly expensive for, I mean, he said you can get them up to
You know,
thousands, but.
that's the Pullman, we're
Right.
going to that health unit, that first district,
Mhm.
and they've got a new man, and we might as well do what he asked, because,
Well, and this guy is actually, our CTO that we took, actually he's based in Colorado,
oh,
so it's
okay.
not a local person.
Oh,
You only need one of those readers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, you would just need one digital.
How often do you guys calibrate every now and again, or how does
You know
that
what,
work?
I'm not really sure, and I was gonna, just talk to you guys a little bit about it, and then reach out to him and get a little more information on it, on exactly how it works, and if there's additional cost with it, if you use different chemicals. I don't even know if the chemicals you use are really the same. I feel like I'm very, I took the class on the chemicals, but I still feel like I'm very lost on it because I haven't actually done it.
Yeah, you learn curve, you pass
Yeah.
the portion, so yeah, I totally
Right.
understand.
do you wanna wait till after our meeting on the 1st or the 30th of May? Do you wanna wait till we go to that?
Oh, yeah, to that other class. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe there's somebody there we could talk to about them, but I would think that they're probably something that we could, pick up.
And
pretty quick.
Associated may have one.
Right, have them on hand,
Oh,
yeah.
I'd recommend if it's a digital electronic thing, you probably would want a backup.
Okay,
It probably wouldn't hurt to have two, one to use, and then if anything were to happen, you have a backup.
yeah. I'll reach out to Alex and ask him a little more information about it, but, I just feel like it would be really a good idea. I mean, it's just gonna take away so much user error, especially when you have new lifeguards coming
Yep.
in all the time.
Yeah.
Because they do check it periodically during the day
Well-
too, so, and then it catches things a lot quicker too, to where our levels hopefully won't be so off by the time we realize it, that it takes, dumping tons of chemical to try to get it evened out again or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other thing on that note is, I was wondering if you can put me in contact with the guy that you said used to run the pool, Parker maybe was his name?
Oh, no,
No?
wait a sec.
Adam, okay. So that, or maybe Associated Pools would be our person to talk to, but
Nope.
to find out what chemicals we are currently using at the pool.
And
Because
that
there are
comes
tons
from,
of different
yeah, that doesn't come from Associated, that comes
from
from
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will ask Adam to contact you, Jen. Can I have your number
Yep.
right here?
Yep, 701-388-8092.
And I will call Adam tomorrow. I'm just telling you, don't be nervous about the pool running because Adam knows everything. You're gonna be very happy.
Even since they've done all like the upgrades, like
Yeah.
the system
Yeah,
upgrades.
he'll be good with
back
it.
in.
Yep.
Okay. And then the only other small thing was a scrub brush for the walls.
Yep.
He recommended that. He said it's gonna really help keep the pool a lot cleaner if you're actually physically scrubbing the walls instead of we would just use vacuum. And he said if you actually get in there, like do it in the evenings after the pool closed, scrub the walls and then do the vacuuming, it's gonna really keep it a lot cleaner too. So that was just something small that I felt like would be a good addition to.
Scrubber brush, huh?
Yeah, and they have them in here, and I don't think they're probably,
Well, I make a motion that you go ahead and buy that
Yeah,
equipment.
Yeah.
okay.
Do you wanna second it?
I'll second.
Okay.
And then I was just gonna check, I need to get in there too and check the fanny packs and the tubes. We might need whistles, we'll probably need whistles.
I bought whistles and I will buy them again.
Okay,
And I got, didn't I put them on something for him? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I think I bought the cords too.
Okay, so yeah.
I ordered them off of Amazon and I'll do that again.
Okay,
But I gotta write that note to me.
Cause I think there was maybe one tube that we needed replaced because the strap was ripping off of it, but again, I don't think those cost a whole lot, so that's just something small.
I don't want kids to use each other, you know, I mean, I don't want
Whistles,
to.
yeah, no, I think everybody's got their own whistles, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, that, I think, is all I have. Okay. I lost my place.
You said Riverside Park, you got those, tuition over again? Those are stickies?
I only ordered one,
Okay,
cause I thought it's there temporarily and one will work,
okay.
you know. But his wife hasn't called me about the bill, and he was out somewhere when I called him about a sticky dip, and I said, you were gonna call me so I could show you where we're gonna put sticky dips, and he said, I know, I'll call you. So,
You don't have any idea when you'll be able to do that, or not?
I'm gonna do it as soon as I can get it done. And you know what, I haven't pushed that issue because it's been so wet, but,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. But I'm gonna how about the ballpark? The ballpark has theirs,
Correct,
okay, they're good, right?
I think so. I'm gonna, as soon as they're in here, I'll have them that way, let's get a call.
Okay. Well, you can just call me with that, okay? So
What is the reader for the park?
yeah, I was wanting to hire somebody to go to the park this summer, put a schedule out on Facebook, and for kids to have a reading time in the park. And so I would be hiring somebody to do that, and when I told that story, a young man said to me, I would do that. So I said, well, I can't tell you till I ask at the meeting. But it would be some young person to go for, you know, kids don't have to have a half hour at each park because kids don't sit for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So is that something you could combine with the library to do?
Oh, I'll have to talk to the library, yep.
Do they offer that thing?
Hey, Jen,
No.
if I get this check ready for you, you wanna pick it up tomorrow after school?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim. Bye-bye. You guys, she is so good. So,
Yeah, so I mean, I'll make a motion for the reader of the park, I kinda agree, I like that, it's a good thing. And you can, when you contact with the library and see the kind of schedule they have, because you said they don't have one, right?
They usually do some sort of a reading thing during the
out
summer.
at the, you know what, they go out to the old schoolhouse. Uh-huh.
I'm just wondering if you could get something going in conjunction
You
with
know what,
them.
I
and
will.
tie that together.
I will talk to library, so I will go down and talk to her.
You get to one side of the old library, or old schoolhouse?
Okay,
It's locked, but.
I don't know if they get it unlocked.
Yeah.
They might well talk to Rhonda and get it
Oh, so you have
unlocked.
to go inside there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And then we did DVDs, right?
yep,
Chris is coming, okay.
yeah. And I just talked to him today,
Okay.
because I had said to him, you know, I told him my problems, but we've got that handled, and I said, and so I called him today and I said, you did get my message? He said, yeah, I did, but it's so wet, I couldn't get in there, so, yeah. Okay, you guys, there is the 31st of May, which is a Friday. I just looked to see, because we're going to Minot that day.
That's the start of Riverboat Day.
Oh, I need to do it before then.
Well, actually, the school is the 22nd,
22nd.
so that weekend after that might be. the
I was
best one to-
thinking
That's
on a
Memorial
Friday,
Day weekend though.
Yeah, that's right.
24th is no Memorial, oh yeah, it is, yeah. We could do it that first week in June,
And so forth?
the hot dogs and
We're talking
donuts.
about the first or the 8th?
The if you wanna have it,
first
if you wanna do it before the election, then
is
that's
Riverboat Days.
I think we should do it June first.
You would do it over Riverboat Days? That'd be
Oh,
nice.
no, Saturday night, maybe that would be okay.
people, people are gonna be doing a lot of stuff in town, and people would already be here, and you get more of a crowd maybe to come.
Yeah, and you know what, there isn't any food on Saturday night. You know, it's done in the day,
Just the river dance and
yeah,
what it is?
yeah, and then they have the street dance.
That's what it is.
You wanna do it before, obviously before this weekend? Let
Yeah.
me find the
Well, I think we should do it at 5.
So is the community garden gonna be set up to go, cause that'd be another thing people would wanna
Yep.
see where that's gonna
Yep,
be.
I would say it would be, yeah.
So that's gonna have to get started, I would think, fairly
Very
soon.
soon,
Yeah.
yeah.
I put my seeds from last year in the freezer, so.
Have you talked
Yeah,
to-
from 2 to 4 is the pie and ice cream, and then at 4 o'clock is the rodeo, and then the dance starts at 9.
On
So
the
they're
first?
This is, yep, Saturday.
How do we lock that in the past, the community garden, as far as, getting plots, or like, cause that was a set in rows, right?
You just have to ask.
Just have to ask.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And what Chris, makes the plots, you know, he puts ropes so you know where your
Yeah,
plots can be.
Okay,
Yeah, and, you just have,
okay.
it's kinda, he takes care of it,
You wanna follow up on that, see when we rate on that portion of it?
yeah.
Just to kind of touch base, cause like I said, before you know it, my wife was at the Lowe's,
Yeah, the little greenhouse thing.
yeah.
So you want Saturday, June 1st, from what, 5 to 7?
Is that on Saturday of Riverboat Days? And what did you say, there was a rodeo?
Rodeo's at 4, the pie and social is from 2 to 4.
Yeah.
And then rodeo's at 4, and then the street dance is at 9.
How long does the rodeo usually go?
It'll be 2 hours anyway.
I think they overlap in that, cause I'd go to 6 then, so you could start 5, but
Go from 5 to 7.
I wouldn't think everybody'd go to the rodeo.
Right. That's down to 40 count.
And on Friday night, they have all the rides that, and then the fire department has their hoses out and stuff, so.
Yeah.
And that's all gonna be on May, so that'll be good, yeah.
So then the only other
I
option
will
would be
tell you, we
Sunday.
could also do ice cream sundaes and cones at the park.
Who's gonna run this?
But are you gonna wanna do ice cream cones if they just had an ice cream and pie social?
Oh, but that's, the little old people go sit at the church and eat pie, the kids don't go there.
Or we could do it their floats like the Legion did for Kids of Washington.
No, that was the Lions.
Oh, that was Lions of Legion, whatever.
You know what? They went over well. That was a
Yeah,
good thing,
they
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That was a good idea.
So you said you're in contact with Legion, the Lions about the smoker, or the
Of
cooker?
the barbecue, I can.
Okay.
But I'm just saying to you, maybe we could just do ice
Or just
cream
do-
sundaes.
You still wanna hold it at the park there, or you just kind of?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
What do you think?
No,
What
that-
do
but the-
what do you think? Which would you, what would you come to?
Well, I was planning on going to the rodeo.
Well, I'm gonna go to the rodeo too, so.
Oh. You mean if there was hot dogs or ice cream?
You know what? I think we'll just ask some people to do too much that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, because the only other thing would be to do it on Sunday.
Okay. How about that? Because everybody goes out to church. But in the afternoon, that might be. Because we could put signs out at the fort saying, we're dedicating the park. And
Okay, there's really nothing, it's 9 to 1 is the breakfast at the park, and then,
so that would be June 2nd, wouldn't it?
yeah,
I think that's a better day.
And then 12 o'clock is the old equipment demonstration, and then the co-ed softball tournament is still to be determined as far as time.
I think if we did a dedication like at 2 o'clock, people would come for ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 seconds. And if you want to do hamburgers instead, don't, I'm just saying we don't need a barbecue then, we don't.
Well, we got an account at the, counter to pick it up there, I suppose, I mean.
Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of gonna be pretty sketchy who's going to come, but I think as a park board, we could do burgers down in our pool park. And,
Yeah, have it spread pretty thin.
no, not over that weekend.
Okay.
No, through the summer,
Oh,
we
yeah,
could.
really, yeah,
And, and put that we're pushing to sandblast and paint the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that would just be, no.
Okay,
Okay, I think,
moving forward.
Baseball.
okay, so that's gonna be June 2nd. What time, you guys?
I think you say 2 to 4.
Okay? Okay? Okay, I guess I need a motion to buy the 2 toilets for the park, cause I know it's gonna be more than $1,000.
I'll second that.
Okay. And the reader for the park, can I have an okay, but I'm going to talk to the library, but it costs us for another meeting, so.
We're gonna put a special on the phone, I suppose, I mean, if you get, up to you, yeah. Unless you wanna, just make sure that have an okay, and if you know, if they,
I think that's okay.
okay.
Okay. I'm in favor.
Aye.
Okay, baseball. Your turn, buddy.
Alright, so, obviously, we've approved on the code of fence portion of it. Do you have an exact date of when the next time? Nope.
Mm-mm.
Roughly?
I do not, and I didn't call today.
Okay. You wanna continue on that, I guess, pushing that envelope as far as calling those people and seeing what their date is and stuff, or?
Absolutely, yeah, for the park.
Correct.
You know what, the baseball should be brought after the high school's through and before we're using it.
Correct.
Can you tell me what days those are?
Well,
Well, they're using it for
they're winding down.
days.
Yeah, but that's,
We don't need it by then. Okay.
The first practice, for Little League, and all those is gonna be on June 2nd, which is gonna be at Tuesday.
okay.
And, I'm sorry, June 3rd. That's gonna be, June 3rd was a Monday, so that's our first week back to practice.
Okay.
And, from there, our first game's gonna be about a week and a half afterwards.
Okay, I'll call him tomorrow.
Okay. Because, right now, we are May, 8th?
And I'll leave you a message, okay?
Okay, yeah, because I know baseball, softball, that kind of stuff right now, down that way, is winding down. It has some more games, I really haven't through swimming yet, but I can look at that, I'll give you a last bid that they have for high school. So, I mean, they're gonna have a crew ready within pretty quick. I know what we're asking is not major, but it's a less than time consuming.
Well,
And I mean, as far as them doing performing work on it, I'm not able to deal while they're practicing, but we're gonna actually have a game probably around the June 12th
okay,
area.
okay. Okay,
Yeah. And from there on out, we're gonna have games and stuff almost every day or every other day.
So if it was done by June twelfth, that's good? Or tenth, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, sooner the better, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say between the third and the tenth.
If they can, they're gonna have to hold off until after the season's done, which will be, after the second week of July, around the,
No, we're gonna do it before.
okay.
And I have to tell you, all the benches that I bought 2 years ago for the pool, the buddy benches that are all around, they're all falling apart. The weather has caused the back to bow, and the plastic coating on them is broken off of it. So I called them, and they had to look up my order, and I didn't call them today, but I think they have to be replaced, and I'm gonna really push, because I ordered those, it took us 7 months to get them. So we didn't put them up the first year. They didn't go up until last summer. And they're done for this summer? I don't think so. They were $800 a bench.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, as far as baseball, we have, 37, kids for
Oh,
T-ball.
I wouldn't make that.
When is that final?
That is final. I think the one last registration I was kind of, so yeah, pretty much all done. I was gonna ask you about, Gary Martin, we're getting the uniforms, do you try to take it home, or how does that work? Do we pay it, and then you reimburse us?
They usually provide an invoice.
He does? Okay.
For inside invoice.
The reason I'm asking, because I mean, I see like the NW Sports, I don't know if it's kind of a bigger outfit or a smaller outfit, I don't know if it had a computer or whatever it is, but, so, as far as T-ball, we're sitting at 37 kids, Pee-wee, we're looking about
Is that boys and girls?
boys and girls, so we're actually, last year we only had 2 teams, this year we're gonna have 4 teams for T-ball,
Oh, good.
and Pee-wee, we're gonna have 23 kids, which is probably looking like closer to 2 teams for that. Little League,
How many Pee-wee teams?
probably 2 teams. I'm not 100% certain on that one, but probably more than likely 2 teams for Pee-wee. Little League, we're gonna have 15 players, and in softball we have 35.
That's almost enough. That's for a lot of us to be able to scrimmage each other and have full teams and.
Correct, and if that's the plan is, like, see, T-ball, we're gonna be able to have a full
Softball was 35?
35, so that's gonna be they generally break out into 2 teams, if I remember right, and if they have a younger crew and then an older one. So we're gonna have 4 teams for T-ball, probably more or less 2 teams Pee-wee, and just 1 team for the league. And, I sent that off information out to Marley and Noah. There's a couple of changes I'm gonna do when I get back to the house. Let's get finalized, and once that's finalized, I'm gonna send information out to Gary, because all the ladies, for softball now, we're gonna have, visors instead of, hats. I didn't realize that's kind of the direction most softball players go. So we're gonna do that portion, the rest of them are gonna have.
You don't keep up with fashion?
I wish, if I had girls, I probably would, but like, then after that, I'm gonna send everything off to Gary for the hats on the uniforms, et cetera, and purchasing the XQ Extra after everything's said and done, so people can purchase them. I'm already talking to a bunch of people that they'd like to be able to purchase extra hats as needed.
You doing hats and visors?
Yes, just the visors for the
itself.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a couple of these. There's nothing major, nothing that many, but I think the people that had already said, I prefer to have a visor. I guess it's just for the ladies who have to. Yeah.
You know what,
What does it say on them? How do you see them?
would we wanna order extras to sell in the concession stand?
That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yep.
And so we have Noah for baseball and Marley for softball, right?
Correct. I'm gonna start. Jack was gonna give me another person supposed to be trying to want to coach for baseball. I haven't heard back from him, but.
And we bumped them up to $18 an hour plus $1,000.
Correct for the directors and everybody else $15 an hour.
Ashlyn, Isaiah, Charlie, Kaya, and Lexi are 15.
Correct.
Okay, so hold on a second. Say that
Yeah.
again now.
Would you say those things?
No, so the directors,
Yeah, that's Noah and Marley.
Noah and Marley, $18 an hour plus $1,000 bonus for each.
This is all recorded, I'm gonna be able to see it, but you know what, sometimes it's not here.
Yeah, I had it on the April minutes, but Coaches are Ashland Smith,
So she's just gonna be 15 to 7, so that's for,
Correct,
Kaya Closer,
correct.
well, she'd be 1550.
1550. Cause she was in last year.
Yep. Lexi Braun,
She was on there also, she'd be 15.
Also, Katie Colder.
Katie is,
Mother.
the mother,
Yeah, and she said she'd not be interested in coaching as well, helping out with those crew. So that'd be our fourth coach for them, which is with our 100%. I got to contact her, but it's,
Okay, yeah.
Isaiah Escobedo, 15.
No, he should be 1550, I don't know why he's not on
Oh,
here, he
okay,
worked
he's not
last
on
year.
there. Oh, he did, okay.
Yeah,
And then Charlie Stannis.
and Charlie should be at,
1552, I think he did it last year, didn't he?
he's done it for a couple years in a row.
Yeah.
Well, then does he go to 16?
Well, he's not on this,
Why is he
brief
not on
board,
there?
brief history.
she was there last year.
Yeah, he's been there at least six last,
Yeah,
two years, last 2 years.
Yeah, at least.
So he
Remember
could be
he was
at like 1650 probably. Well, no, because we bumped up to 15, so he would be 1550 because he would have been at 15, I think. Well, no, I'll have to look because I'm not sure what he was at
Because
last
the
year.
bump would have been last year.
Because I think was there about as long as probably Noah, so he would have been at 16 last year, so he might be 1650 this year. And I don't know why he's not on there. I thought I had everybody on there.
To answer your question, that's gonna be advisors.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if he's got sent to us. So this is gonna be, I haven't decided which style we're gonna have for half-wise, but we're gonna have, I'll probably go for the Justin House instead of the Flexi Fit,
Mm-hmm.
just for the fact that it's, Justin would have some bigger heads, so.
Right.
But that's gonna be that portion of it. And obviously True Community, they have did a donation, so it's gonna be on the back of there, and actually, I guess I gotta get with Jack real fast and see how, I mean, I might have to find a big deal, but we'll go ahead and just kind of touch base quickly.
I also have to tell you that, we are, we got this, and this is for that.
So you said
Okay.
Charlie, Noah,
Our-
and Isaiah, and then there might be one more?
Yes.
Katie.
Um,
That was your one more. Or no?
No, that was some softball side. With some
Oh.
baseball side, that was right. We're probably gonna try to add one more, depending on what Jack is implementing. He's supposed to text me, whatever, but we'll get with that stuff and possibly one more. And, help to Mr. finish that portion of it out.
Katie Colfer, yeah.
20 is probably gonna be pretty close on the new hire paperwork then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you too, do you mind when you have time, can you email me like all the forms that you have, that we need to be filling out? So I'll probably try to get a full package together, obviously, something separate from the application itself, but when they're just past that point, you know, I know you're gonna hand it, but I want to make sure what we have. Because, I think so far the only person who's done drug testing so far would be Noah. He did that this past Monday. And, Mars, we know pretty soon. Because I forgot to ask Jen, but we really need to get that done for, even though it's part of it, because they get that done for Jen, or not Jen, well, she's been here before, and I don't know if you have to go virtual back, for Jen, had like do a staff, and that stuff, they're gonna be an employee with us.
I think if you're gonna do it, I think if you're gonna request it, then you're gonna have to do it for everyone.
Yeah.
What's that?
The drug testing.
Yeah.
The background
Okay,
check.
so we told Jen to have to do it, April, Tracy, the people that we have already technically already started, even though they were sitting on, you know, even in a watching TV thing or whatever. So we still have to get quite a few of that done. If you don't mind, give me that portion, that section, everything you need on your side, and I'll get everything else.
You just want, so it would be W4, I-9, generally if they haven't worked before, I like to get a copy of driver's license, social security card, and then it would be the direct deposit stuff. And then if they're underage, we gotta be able to do those underage forms as well. If they're under 16, I think if they're 15 or 14, they gotta do those.
Could you email me, everything that you need, but in generally pass by, and I'll put everything together, and major one form, if you can give it for now.
Yep.
So,
Yep, I can get all that stuff to you.
okay.
I gotta get a direct deposit form. I'll see what I can come up with on that,
Okay.
but it's not too big of a deal there.
It's just everything's coming close right now, and so we're trying to get everything done, and,
Yeah.
so, but as of right now, it's going in the right direction, we're just kind of maybe having some hiccups along the way, some bumps, but we'll get it all figured out.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's pretty much all I have for on the baseball, portion of it. I know Jack had some stuff out, but for the Larks,
Yeah, I don't know if there's an update on that, how that was going, so we'll just have to table that for next month.
Yes, and you know what, I'm gonna make some posters, like to put in the concession stand, and I think I'm gonna make one for little kids to carry around, you know, like, pushing, little,
I gotta get with Lynette.
I'll make, what I kinda thought I'd do is maybe make the little boards, you know,
Oh, yeah,
and
that's where,
they'd love to, they think that was fun to do, so.
As far as buying the tickets, they're not actually physically buying them from the kids, they have to go onto the website and buy
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
So if you were gonna do that, it may not be a terrible idea to put something like together that would, and then you could laminate it with something they could just scan with their phone.
yeah, if you want.
And the kid could say, you know, if you wanna buy a ticket, you can scan here.
oh, okay,
Is it hard to do, or,
What's that?
is it hard to do?
No, as long as you have a scanner on your phone.
Or
You
you
just
can
to be
use
able
the
to,
camera.
there's like just a QR code, you scan it with it and it brings up the
Okay.
Yeah, you
stuff.
can use the camera.
Yeah, I gotta get with Lynette about getting the keys from the concession, like I said, obviously we got everything set up for the, Krauses. I'll probably, end up going to Costco, do you have any time with Costco or Sam's Club?
no, but I said I would buy the groceries.
Okay. If you really buy the groceries from Krauses, and whoever wants to buy it from down in, because I was talking to Lynette, because it's nice to be able to buy everything from Krauses. They have a large selection on everything you need.
But
But
not candy bars.
candy bars,
But you know who has candy bars? Is the hardware store.
they're gonna be enough to,
Well, I'm gonna go talk to them.
Also the dollar store.
okay.
I don't go to our dollar store.
Well, it may,
The day that I bought a bottle of female polish, and the guy said, "Oh, so we could take this outside to have a real party," and I go, "Oh, for God's sake, I'm not coming here ever again," and I'm not.
you said on it, Ben? Well, I agree with you, but, we may have to touch base with that portion, and maybe the best route, you know, because, I mean, nothing against Krause, I think they might go a little high on that.
So
You
even
know
if
what?
it's something to get started, you
Yeah.
know, you can always.
And what I'm telling you is, Chris said, "Don't leave me out of the loop." That meant, don't let Carlos. So, what we need to do is to talk to Chris, because,
You just need to go and say what's the best you can do on this and then compare it to where else you can get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you wanna keep it local if possible, but you don't wanna pay twice the
Twice
amount.
what-
Yeah, that's the whole thing about it, so I'll probably, like I said, I'll go do that, yeah, I'll get that down the Krause portion of it, on the candy side of it, because it's just everything else is pretty much comparable to what you pay, but candy seemed like it was, kind of a hassle, because they wanted you to buy these massive bulk that we really didn't need, for our needs.
and you know, I don't know what candy, you know what candy they've had? I'm gonna talk to Lynette about it anyway. But I was thinking, the liquids, you know those red liquors? You can't do that anymore? That is a milk. A Hershey bar is a mess in a minute.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure that out, but,
Yeah.
yeah, that being said,
Okay, what time is it? Okay, we're done. Because we have a drug policy in place, the ACS, and we already took care of that, and I have the credit card in process.
well, question for you, Ed, what are we gonna do about holding everybody's information? I know it's like, say, you've been holding in the past, but it's not really, what are we gonna do as far as,
So what is it you're looking for? What is it you're wanting
I mean,
to have access to? Because, I mean, we have everything, and if somebody comes in and wants something, we can provide it,
okay.
but what are you wanting, like?
Well, I want to give everything essential, for updates of parks, where we're sitting at, where our future plans are, application, because I mean, you had passed around an application for the one that, yeah, that was totally different than what you had made recently. I mean, I want to get everybody on the same page, that we're giving out the same information, instead of having something different every time, we do something, whole reinventing the wheel portion of it.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? CST should have to be tested too.
And
Oh,
we
yeah.
shouldn't have to go to you to get for an application, that should be something to us first, first and foremost against it, it's just I want to make sure our proper channels are being adhered to, and, just on that one side of it, obviously everything on it, the financial side, that's on y'all's end of the thing, but, everything from the registrations for the baseball to what we do on everything moving forward, I think we should have one center hub. And even though that, you'll have access to everything you need, but I mean, I think it'd be nice pushing forward to kind of a central site.
Something you can touch.
Something you can touch, tangibly touch, and have everything hands-on, from the pool side of it. I mean, you can have, retain your records, because I mean, every year, for the baseball side of things, we're having a reunion to Will on what we did last year, there's a disconnect. Pool, I talked to Marley, what do I do? I don't know. So we're gonna kind of go. Granted, Lynette, she's more than happy to help, but that's not Lynette's job anymore. That's our job to push forward. It's what we did in the past. It's working for us. It's about to working for us. We're gonna push that away. And I think for the either baseball or pool side, the chemicals we use. I mean, we know we went to Hawkins, so it's on the board right there. But what chemicals are we actually using compared to what the industry standard is? Things that we can hold and keep it. MSDS, things that we need on the back end of things that maybe not be open to public portion of it. I mean, it should be whatever, but we can kind of readily available.
And if we were to tie or electric on, it's, we have all the information.
Easy to turn over, because I mean,
I came knowing nothing, it's just what I picked up over the years. It's nothing that, there was never a handbook. And we need to work on that.
And as Paul was saying, I've been there 2 years, and the first year, I'll be honest with you, I kind of understood what's going on, but I was pretty much just more of like a yes or a no kind of thing. Now I'm understanding it, because I'm back to get my hands more delve into it a little more, but I'd like to have a few things that are more.
I wonder if there's that HR consulting in Bismarck. I wonder, if we could see how much he would charge to, help us, kind of have everything together, with the, employee handbook and, stuff like that.
How about a handbook for us? And anyway,
I'm sorry, we'll throw that out there.
I just have to say one more thing. By the time I got finished with the installed price for the fence, it's down to $12,162. And half has been paid down, and I ordered red copper. It was yellow, but I changed it to red. I think that's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Red's the school color. Yeah.
I just received a text from Mark.
Okay.
I guess he was saying, the school, it was nearby my school, there's a shed building at the garage door, the Bishop Field's broken again, so I have to have that look at it. So I guess I'll send that Chris. I used to maybe get it working as right now, maybe have to maybe repair it.
Okay, and if we need to,
He just said that just now.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
meeting adjourned. I really,